Alright, hello and welcome to episode 25 of my playthrough of Feed the Beast's Plexiglass Mountain. In the previous episode, I think we finished off building this bad boy here. It's our little, what is this mod called again? RF Tools Quarry. So you can see it's kind of working along, it's great, but obviously power generation for this thing is not ideal for us since we're pulling from like the main base power source, which if you guys remember is like, I think it's a total of like maybe 8 magmatic dynamos, which are these bad boys over here, and they just don't make enough, right? I think we've got 4 of them that are making 40 RF a tick, and then the other ones that are making 120. It's really not an ideal setup. So I think this episode, we are going to go along and make some better power generation that is purely designed just for the quarry, right? So we have access to solar panels. I think it's going to be the best thing there because I'm not entirely sure, but I think this mining dimension, if we look at it, is an eternal daytime one. And if it is, this is going to be kind of broken, but we're going to find out at the very least. So we're going to want to make these Ledstone solar panels, and I probably just want to make like 8 of these to test. And then once I have them, we'll make 9 of them to test, and then once we have that, we can pretty much upgrade them, I think, all the way up until Signalum level, which these guys make 512 FE per tick. So one of these things makes pretty much as my whole base power generation, which is kind of insane if you ask me. Maybe we transfer that to like base power as well. But let's play around with this. So we need to make those things, and they're upgradable like everything else, like thermal is, starting with Ledstone. So I guess we start there, and we got to just try and make this stuff. So we need redstone steel nuggets. We should have, oh, I've got 1 thing of steel. I can make 3 of these in total. All right, let's do that. Let's make the 3 that we can. All right, so long as we don't require any more, what's the word? Any more steel. And then if it does work, right, we can go ahead and make I guess we can start working on mechanism, right? Seeing as we're going to need steel, we need redstone for this. And then from redstone, we need these things as well. Ooh. Lapis, shard, iron nuggets, and sheet of plexiglass, which comes from any other kind of plexiglass. How do we make this? Sawmill down plexiglass. Casting table molten plexiglass. How do we make molten plexiglass? Liquid sodium and creosote. In one of these things. Can I do this any other way? Fluid encapsulator might be a way of doing it, but I need to make the molten plexiglass, right? Is it right click to figure out how to make it? Okay, hold on. We need sheets of plexiglass. This is made by pouring out plexiglass into a thing, right? So we can do it through alloying it, which is creosote and sodium, or plant oil and sodium, or tree oil and sodium. We have access to pretty much all of those. So that's not that difficult. Is there any other way of getting it? It doesn't seem like it. So I think Tinker's is actually going to be the only way that we can make this stuff. And then from there, right, once we have this, we turn it into sheets of plexiglass. Yeah, that's our only option in a plate cast. Which then can get chopped up. Oh no, we can cast this out into like blocks of clear plexiglass, and then we can, I guess, precision sawmill it down, or sawmill it down into 4 sheets. Do we have a sawmill? If not, we can make one. That's easy. Okay. So, do we still have our tinkers set up? No, we never did the like full-blown tinker's smeltery, did we? I think we only ever used the melter. Hey, because that thing is still down here. Okay, well, I guess that's where we need to start off then, because we need to do this, right? And as far as I can tell, that's the only real way of making this stuff, which is kind of interesting, but is that really the only way I can make plexiglass? Casting down sheets, yeah. And then the only way to get blocks of it is by casting it. That's super interesting. Making sheets, it's casting it. We can chop down the blocks, but obviously to be able to chop down the blocks, we need to have them, right? So yeah, okay. So we need to do this with Tinker's Construct. Well, that is a bit more work than I thought it was going to be. So we're going to need to make some other things. We need Smeltery Controller, which is that block. We're going to need, we'll just make this stuff as well. We'll need a basin. We need some bricks and a fuel tank. And then that's everything, I think. That should be everything we need. And just need like an abundance of this stuff, right? So we need to do that. That's just pouring copper into a seared brick thing. So let's do some copper, because we can make that like straight away, can't we? As long as I put that in there and then some copper to melt up. You melt fast enough. I don't know how many blocks it was. I didn't look at the recipe. It's 4 ingots. So 1 more of you then. No, it's not pouring. Damn it. That's not what I wanted. No. I need to melt up those 2 again. And that's... Okay, 4x, pour that out. That makes our controller, which is part of the equation. Nice. Guess from there, we need to make a bunch of more grout, which is this stuff. So what? Clay, sand, gravel. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is probably going to be really overkill for the amount of seared stone that we actually need, but we may as well just do it. Which means I need, I think it's 4 stacks, 1, 2, 3, 4 of sand. And then 1, 2, 3, 4 of gravel. Now keep in mind, this actually is like silly levels of overkill for the amounts of grout that we're going to get, right? Because this is going to make an absolute ton of it. But we can sit here, go times that up by like a whole heap. Ooh, okay. Our power generation isn't nearly good enough for this, because once we run out of power in it, it's going to stop working. Right? It just ticks it. Oh no. Every time it ticks, it kind of cooks them up. But that should be more than enough for what we need for now. So let's just kind of fill that up. I need to make a seared fuel tank, just 1 of those. We got the controller. Let's make another one of these. Another basin. Some more drains. Drains are the actual things I need. Drain, which is this bad boy. I probably want a couple of these. Let's make like 3 of them. That sounds like a good number to me. And then the rest of this can just turn into bricks. Probably not enough for what we actually need, but we can always just throw more of this stuff away, and then this can make more bricks. Cool. And we'll build this down in the basement. I'm also probably going to need some nodes, so let's craft those up as well. And some fluid cards, so I need buckets. I should have a heap of buckets somewhere, don't I? Didn't I just make a bunch? Yeah, I've got 6 there. So I need nodes. Let's just make as many as we can. And then we're going to need fluid cards. I need quartz and gold nuggets. Gold nuggets and quartz. Bang, fluid card. I realistically only need like 2 of these, so let's do that, and then I can put some of this stuff away. I may as well grab my card holder out as well. And we'll build this in the basement because we're going to need lava to power this stuff. And since we already have a way of getting lava here, we can just use that. And I guess we can pretty much, with this thing, we put that there, we'll put a node there with a fluid insert card on this side. On the white channel, I guess it is, and then that can get hooked up. If I just grab my wrench out, bang, whoops, just drop it on the floor, I guess. Connect, cool. that's getting lava now. And then from here, we probably just chuck the controller there. And then we'll just make this a 3x3. So let's actually set this to 3x3. There. We'll just carve it into the wall, I guess, because it doesn't really matter. There. Actually, I need to break that, and probably more around this, but for the time being, we're just going to do that. The floor needs to be made of the same stuff. And then we build the walls up. If you guys don't know how to build this as well, like as you can tell, like it gives us yellow outlines as to the size and like where you need to place them, you can just kind of follow it. But seeing as I've made many of these in the past, it's really easy. 2, 3. Oh, I don't have enough to finish off this row. But that's all right though, because we're going to need to chuck a drain in. We'll put one. Oops, I did not mean to do that in 3x3. We'll put a drain in there and a drain in here. Seeing as we have a bunch of them. Cool. And this actually gives us access to 3 different sides of this. So let's put a drain there with the casting table. And then another one over here. Rather, this one with a casting table, that's a casting basin. And that works. So now, I guess we just need to get the stuff into this smeltery, right? To alloy it to make plexiglass, right? Molten plexiglass alloying. Liquid sodium. How do we get you? Are you like really painful to get? How do we get sodium? From brine. Make sodium and chlorine. Oh my god, is this really like the whole way that we have to go down? Transfer 2FE capacity. Sodium comes from brine. We can make brine somehow. Thermal evaporation controller. Accepts the following. So that evaporates, I guess, regular water into brine. All right, so this is becoming more complicated than I thought it was going to be. So sheets of plexiglass are made from alloying together liquid sodium and creosote. Creosote we have access to. The liquid sodium is a bit more difficult, right? This comes from mechanism. How do we make liquid sodium? From condensating. Condensating. That's a weird word. Cool, we can pour it out apparently. That doesn't help me. We can fill it with that. We can drain out a bucket's worth of it. We can bottle it in a bottling machine. If I right click U, is its usage, yeah. So we need to left click it to see how to make it. So the only other way, the only way that we can make it is by using this rotary condensator from mechanism, and that needs sodium to make it. Okay, so to make sodium, we need to, I guess, thermoelectric boiler, steam. Oh, this is another way of making it, but that's a massive multi-block. Would be from electrolytically separating brine into sodium and chlorine, which requires brine, and then to get brine, Shift N, a valve that can be placed. Thermal evaporation plant acting as a master block of destruction. Only one of these should be placed on the multi-block. Condensating gaseous brine can be made from, okay, we can do that from turning salt into gaseous brine. And then that turns into regular brine through a condensator that gets electrolytically separated. And then that again goes into another condensator to make liquid sodium. Oh my god. Okay. That's not going to work. So we can't make these ones. So let's find another way Because that's like a whole thing with mechanism, right? So mechanism, let's go at mechanism, has a couple different ways that we can generate power passively, because that's pretty much how I want to power the what's it called? Our quarry, right? So that means to do that, we're going to need to get into mechanism. We don't really have much of any choice about it. And I guess we can start off with like these solar generators and then eventually work into the Ledstone ones, right? Because that for power generation, if we follow this, right, the hardened one makes 8 FE a tick. The next one makes 64. The next one makes 512 FE, which is 512 is already better than this entire magmatic setup. The next one makes 4,096, and then it's got one more after that that makes 32,000 FE a tick, which is bonkers, right? And you can have multiple of those. So I guess we don't really have much of a choice. We set up the smeltery for no reason. But I guess we have one now, in case we wanted to make one. So I guess we got to get started with mechanism, unfortunately. I think that's the only other way that we can do this. I honestly don't see this going any other way. So is it worth keeping these machines here? Probably not once we get into mechanism, since the mechanism versions are just better. But we're going to have to use these to get into mechanism. So I guess to get started is we need to clear some space, which we can probably get rid of this thing to start with and move you to somewhere else in the room. Now that can go there, I guess. And we'll start the mechanism stuff along this wall. Single block. Let's make some holes in the ground because we're going to need to put in nodes and machines. So we have 5 of them. We may as well put them in. And get started with mechanism, I guess. So all this stuff can get taken off my list since we can't make any of it. That we've already done. Builder doesn't need to be there anymore, neither with these. The ender chest isn't useful, neither is that chunk loader. That stuff can stay because eventually when I get to this, right, I just don't have the silver to make these auxiliary reaction chambers. So for the meantime, I need to do an inventory dump because we have too much junk that is taking up space in my inventory. Grat can go away 1, 2, 3, last, and then there. Okay, cool. Clear inventory, kind of. I got all the things that we need. We need to get started with mechanism. So the first, item that we're going to need from mechanism is going to be the, what's it called? Enrichment factory is one of them. Enrichment chamber is one of them, sorry. Bang. But there's one more that comes before this. Metallurgic infuser, that's the one. That's the first machine we need to make, is the metallurgic infuser. So we need that one. We need an enrichment chamber. We may as well make a... what's the other machine called? There's a bunch of them that we need to make. Where are they? In this list. They will be here somewhere. 3. That's all the factory versions of them. I want the base versions. Enrichment chamber, osmium compressor. Don't need that yet. Crusher, we probably don't need, to be honest with you. But we can make one anyway, since that's not going to be hard. Purification, energized smelter, we may as well make. And that'll be it for now. We have some basic power generation, so we're not going to worry too much about that. So, start off with metallurgic infuser is going to be the first one we need. We need redstone, some furnaces, iron. So, iron, redstone, furnaces. I thought I made a bunch of them. Yeah, I've got 7 of them there. And I need osmium ingots. So let's turn 6 of these into ingots. Do I not already have some? I thought I would have already... Oh no, there we go. I've got one. I've got a bunch of them here. Why are these guys not... Why are they not being processed? Maybe they were already in there. That's fine. Osmium ingots. I probably shouldn't turn all of them into ingots because there are some recipes that we need to follow that needs the dust. But I'm not going to worry about that just yet. So we have a metallurgic infuser. before we can move on much further with this thing, we need to get this set up. So let's go energy card in the top. We'll do that for these 3 as well. Now I'm probably going to need some more energy cards. And we need to hook that up to our power, so we need to run to the basement. I need my laser wrench. Okay. If I select this one, that too far, it is. Alright, I need a laser in the middle of the room. Which of course, I don't have any. Because why would I? Yeah, okay, then once we have this, we can switch to actually using like energy cables and things like that instead of nodes for everything. Because the nodes are getting kind of old, if you ask me, but not old, it's just like they're not efficient for when you're going long distances. It's just easier to use cables. What else did I need? Glass. I've got glass. I thought I had glass in my inventory. Cool. Lasers. Thanks. Which means you can probably just go there somewhere in the middle of the room. We can connect you, and then that one can connect to that, and then we can daisy chain these. Cool, they're all hooked up together. That works. We have extra laser connectors. Well, this episode took a turn. Not exactly what I thought I was going to be making in this, but we have power in here now. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to need to make, they are called, not that one anymore because we have that. Oops, I got rid of the wrong one. I want the Enrichment Chamber back. Enrichment. Bro, stop. There we go, Enrichment Chamber. Gonna need basic control circuits, and the other thing that we need later on are these things called Infused Alloy. And to make these, they're both made inside the metallurgic infuser. They just take redstone and then some sort of ingot. It's either osmium or iron. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab, since we have so much of it, 2 stacks of redstone. I'm going to dump a stack in there right now. And then a stack of osmium, because that'll make us 64 of the chips that we need. This is going way too slow. That's as fast as that can go. Nice. We ran out of redstone. Let's make a full stack of these, since you do end up using them all. Which means I probably need another stack of this stuff. Another 2 stacks. If I want to make a stack of the infused alloy. Now, there are ways that you can actually make this more efficient by then enriching up some redstone and doing that. But since we don't have access to it yet, I'm not going to worry about it. But hey, we got a stack of each of these, which means we can do a lot of crafting pretty easily now. Eventually, we'll probably want multiple of these things up and running regardless, but we want the Enrichment Chamber is probably the next one we want, which means we need steel now. To make steel, I guess, is inside the Enrichment Chamber as well. Let's grab a stack of iron, because let's grab 2 stacks actually, because we may as well, since we have so much of it, just make straight away 2 stacks of steel. And this is again made inside of this metallurgic infuser. Ooh, I've got a lot of redstone in there. Let's make as much of this stuff as I can. I put too much in there. I need to use up that redstone. Otherwise, it's just gonna, like, I can get rid of it in there and just dump it out, but I may as well use it rather than kind of wasting it. So we throw coal in there, that gives us carbon, and then that in there gives us enriched iron. This enriched iron, I think we can use for like little bits of crafting here and for reactor glass. But mainly it's used to turn into steel dust by then going and throwing more coal in there and then enriching it a second time. I feel like 128 is like a safe speed to do this at. Now there are ratios and things like this. I think it's like 1 coal does like from steel all the way to, or from iron all the way to steel, but I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm wasting a lot of time doing this stuff, but now we need steel, so let's cook all that up. and I don't feel like waiting. We should really have a crafting table in this room. Let's do that. I'm going to grab out 4 planks, turn you into a table. Actually, I totally don't need to do that. I've got this thing that is actually my book, but that's fine. We need to come over here anyway, though, because this is where all our resources are. Steel casings, machine blocks, essentially. Let's make 8 of them because we're going to end up using them. Energized smelter, I don't really care about just yet. Enrichment Chamber is the one I actually do care about, so I need redstone and iron. Redstone, iron. Enrichment Chamber, thank you. This thing can go over here. That's going to work for us to turn our redstone into more efficient redstone, pretty much. If we go like that, let's put 1 in there and 4x you so that you work faster. Gives us this enriched redstone. So you can see over here, anytime we need to do this stuff, we can dump 1 in there and that gives us 10 millibuckets worth of redstone. Or if we get this thing, which costs exactly 1 redstone as well, it takes us to 90 millibuckets. So it counts for 8 rather than 1. So you're essentially 8 timesing your input of whatever material you need to make. So let's just turn that stuff 70 there. I need to put in 1 more of these. Just to make more of these basic control units because they're useful. So that gives us steel. So now, cheap power generation through this stuff. We may as well, we have 2 options, right? We can do the wind generator, which generates power pretty much correlated to how high it is in the world. So we can build that at like max build limit and get a ton of power out of these. But that's kind of annoying. Or we can go like the solar generator route, which is just a bunch of crafting. And we can make like many of these, right? So let's work at making like 9, let's go 18 of these. Does 18 of these sound like a good time? I think that sounds like a good time. So we need a bunch of osmium. I've got a bunch of infused alloy already. We can make this stuff. We're going to need 18 of those energy tablets. And then 18 times 3 worth of these things, which is a bunch of osmium and a bunch of infused alloy. I need glass and things. Glass and things. Okay, so I can't make that because I need energy tablets. I can't make energy tablets because I need gold, which we are running critically low on. We need, oh, I can only make 14. What are we short on? I'm short on redstone, I think. Yikes. Okay, there's all my gold corn as well. That's not a good sign. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And these are all going to be stealing power from my damn flux capacitor. No! God. That's a waste of power. Can I turn you off? Yeah, there we go. You're turned off. Not that it really matters because they're all charged up now. Damn it! Oh. Well then, that's fine. So we have 9 of these at least. So now I need to make an absolute ton of these bad boys, which means I need more osmium. Can I get rid of some of this stuff? Let's put you in there. Bang, there. It's 3, makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I've run out of stuff. Glass panes, I can make more of those though. That was too many. Bang there. 24, that's 8 of them, I think. So 1, 2, 3, that should be 9. And then I can make 9 of these bad boys. Just by, oh, that's really annoying. Let's go there. I'm going to shift click in all of this stuff, hit balance grid. And then I can just shift click in. What'd you run out of? What was in the middle? Iron. That one, that one, that one, and that one. Balance grid. There we go. Now I can just shift click in these energy tablets since they don't like to stack. And neither do solar panels apparently. But that's fine. That's passive power generation. We've got that now. And with steel, I'm pretty sure if I just go bang, 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 I now have access to more of these universal cables. Which is good. And now this should technically be enough to then go over here. Can you imagine if these things don't generate power in this dimension? I might cry. That is a possibility here. Okay, Tesseract is no longer needed. And then we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then I'm gonna place solar panels on top of them. Okay, right now they're not producing any power. Is it because the sun's going down? I really hope it is. I really, really hope it is. I need a bed. Where's my sleeping bag? Sleeping did nothing. Hello? Do these not generate power here? Oh, God. I don't think they generate power in this dimension. I knew it was going to be an issue. I had a feeling that it wasn't going to work. These only make 18 FE a tick? Bro. I can turn these into the advanced solar generators though. I've got an 8 or 9 of them. So I can probably just make one more and then turn it into the advanced version. And then that gives me 4 of them. Okay, let's do that, seeing as that doesn't want to work. That's kind of super frustrating. I had a feeling that was going to happen though. I had a feeling. So I need to make 1 more of these. So 1 more of you. And then 3 more of these. 1, 2, 3. Turns into that. Then all of these can turn into that. So, shift click that in, shift click that in, hit balance. And then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. That makes 2 of them. I need 2 more of these to make a 3rd. Let's just do that. It is relatively cheap enough. 1, 2. We're nearly out of gold though. Maybe this is a dumb idea. That makes 1. What did I run out of? Redstone. One, 2, 3. Cool, and then solar generator. Bang. There. Advanced solar generator. Put you in there. Nice. So now we have 3 of these. Big looking block. But they produce 102 FE a tick each individually, which is better than the 18 that they did by themselves. Do these work in this dimension? The thing is, right, like it's daytime. Like things aren't going to spawn in here. Like it's a peaceful dimension. But it just doesn't generate power. It is nighttime though. So it might be worth just like leaving 1 here and seeing what happens. But I guess the other 2 can probably just generate power in the overworld for us. Let's sleep. That's annoying. Does that mean the other ones won't work there either? That is something that might happen. Actually, no, what am I thinking? What am I doing? I'm being silly. I need this one back. No, wait. It is producing power. I was wrong. Okay. Alright. Not bad. This can work. Okay, it is just because it was nighttime. Okay, I need to break you. We go 1, 2. Where's my last one? Oh, there. And that's as close as you can be placed to each other. Nice, nice. And then we hook you up with energy cables. Bang, and then that goes into there. Power's going in. Blocks are not breaking. Because we have you turned off. Turn on. Alright, it's not the fastest thing in the world, but this is passive. This is passive. It's working. I'm not doing anything. I don't have to generate power for it. It's using a lot of power very quickly. It's actually, well, it's not a lot of power, to be honest with you. It's, how much are you generating? Per tick? You're not telling me. Here we go. You're producing 112 FE per tick. So 112 times 3. What is that? That is some sort of number. Do I have a calculator nearby? 112, 336. I did that in my head. 336 FE per tick. Gets us this speed. Not a great speed, but we can double this. We have the facilities. And this is also going to generate us some materials and stuff, right? Which is the main reason why we're doing this, is because I've run out of silver and what's the other stuff? I ran out of gold as well this episode. But now this is working. So we can go kind of just let this do its thing. I'm going to grab some more drawers from the other dimension, because I did make more. Because I get the feeling that this is quickly going to fill up with just junk over there. Drawers, drawers, drawers. I made a whole heap of them. Probably in the wooden one. Yeah, there you are. Cool. Now I hit that button. Oops, I accidentally placed one there. And then we go bang, 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 bang. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. And now we have storage for all of this junk. 2048. Oh, you got full already. Okay, we also need to do upgrades like void for these certain things. Like cobblestone and dirt, since we're going to collect so much of it. So we're probably going to need to make some void upgrades for this. But this is working. I am a happy chappy, in case you guys didn't realize. The only other thing that could make this even better would having like an energy cube from Mechanism, since we're already playing around with that, is just making one of these. I don't have the gold for it anymore. But otherwise we'd have one of these, and that stores 1.6 million, and then this is pretty easily upgraded to the advanced, and then probably reinforced is like achievable, right? Because this just costs us diamonds. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. That makes me super happy. And then we're collecting things. And this is fortuned as well, right? So like we are collecting out of those, what, 5 blocks of iron, we got 12 nuggets or raw iron. Nice. Okay. So we'll just kind of leave this in the background, I think. And then next episode, we're probably going to go deeper into Mechanism, I think. No, actually, I lied. We're not going to do Mechanism. What we're going to do is we're going to do Applied Logistics. Because this whole like running around crafting thing is getting old real quick. So that's what we're going to do in the next one, I think. And figure out how the heck that mod works. Because all this running around doing crafting and stuff like that, not a fun time. Especially when you have to do a bunch of repetitive stuff, like for making the advanced solar generators and stuff. And then eventually making this stuff all the way up. Whoops, up all the way up until the advanced. Oh no, there's one more. Holy crap. It's the ultimate, dude. 262,000 FE a tick. She's not cheap. I think this is the one that, yeah, needs nether star shards. But that's a whole lot of power generation. Do you know how fast that would mine stuff over here? Yeah, okay, cool. I think that's the plan. I keep teleporting around being an idiot. Anyway, I'm excited. I'm sure you guys can tell that. We got to play around with Mechanism, I guess, kind of. But next episode, Applied Logistics. I think that's going to be the go. We can fit it into this wall probably. And yeah, sounds like a good time. And we should have enough power here, realistically, to do it. What I'm probably going to do between episodes, to be honest with you, is do some off-camera mining, seeing as that quarry is doing work. It's just doing work very slowly. Just to kind of supplement that sort of stuff, seeing as I need silver and I need gold, right? Gold, we have a total of 38 left somehow. I could make more advanced. No, I'm not going to. We need that gold for other things. And I need silver, because we needed that for something, and I forget what I needed it for. No, I need the silver to make more power. That's what I need the silver for. Yeah, I'm rambling. And anyways, thank you for watching. That's the end of the episode. Make sure you guys like the video if you liked it, subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you all on the next one. Peace.